President Cyril Ramaphosa is hosting his Ivory Coast counterpart, Alassane Ouattara, for a state visit to South Africa. The pair will embark on bilateral discussions in Pretoria. Topics on the agenda include agriculture, mining and transport. Our reporter, Linda Mnisi, is at the Union Buildings and joins us live. Linda, great to catch up with you again. Now, we do know that this visit by President Ouattara is on the back of President Cyril Ramaphosa's visit to West Africa at the end of last year sometime.
Indeed, it's set to be a reciprocal visit to South Africa where those discussions will be had. And we understand that at the moment, that's where the two presidents are headed to have those discussions behind closed doors. Members of the media will, of course, be allowed to take some visuals and opening remarks from the presidents themselves before, of course, taking visuals of the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding. What we witnessed earlier on, of course, was the welcoming ceremony here at the Union Buildings, where you would have seen President Cyril Ramaphosa coming out, as well as the Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara coming out as well to be welcomed. A 21-gun salute also being held here at the very same place where I'm standing. So that particular ceremony precedes, obviously, those discussions that will be had, and quite central to those will be, of course, the bilateral relations between the two countries. I'm talking about the political side of things, the social side of things, as well as the economics, because, of course, there will be discussions around how to better the economies of both, these countries. You would have heard, as you've just mentioned, rather, that this is a reciprocal visit from President Cyril Ramaphosa. In fact, before that particular visit, which took place last year in December, we know that International Relations Minister Naledi Pandor did lead a delegation to Ivory Coast, where, of course, they were welcomed by the ambassador to South Africa, who was quite glad that, of course, the discussions or the activities of that joint commission for cooperation was going to have. The activities were said to be dormant for a number of years. You'll also take into account the issues around COVID-19, which stalled every country's plan. So this is important in the sense that, of course, the two countries get to really talk about what happens next going forward and the kind of trade relations that they will enjoy. Earlier on, I spoke about nine MOUs that have been signed since December 2015. There'll be more that will be signed today, and we'll hear later on during that media briefing what exactly is entailed in those memorandum of understandings and what we can expect really from both these countries.
Linda, now we understand that 2 billion rand worth of trade has basically gone on between the two countries in the last 24 months or so. Is this meeting between the two heads of state testament to the success of these relations and obviously the further signing of more MOUs?
Well, it's indicative of perhaps the growth and the interest that both parties have. You would have heard some economists saying that while it's still below 3 billion rand, there's still a lot of work that still needs to be done, but it shows a level of interest. I mean, if you look at that revenue in 2019, it was sitting at 1.2 billion rand, and in 2021 sitting at 2 billion rand. There is a level of interest, and perhaps these discussions will then pave a way forward on how to make sure that both parties maximize on the economic opportunities for countries and investors. The investment portfolio of South Africa is growing in that particular country, and so is the investment portfolio of Cote d'Ivoire in South Africa. So this particular meeting also allows for a good environment for both parties to trade politically, so, and the trade relations that will take place thereafter.
Linda Mnisi coming to us from the Union Buildings, where talks are ongoing between Presidents Cyril Ramaphosa and Alassane Ouattara.